I'm burning up, I'm feeling up. See, forever plagued with this fire inside me. Deliver all, to live or die blindly. It's empty, it's bluffing to find me. But not there. Interfering with the call of fate is crawling out of you. And now find comfort in the smallest spaces I've sold out. I know I said, I hope I don't upset the right you different. It's different. Destroy my pain. They can't share it. Destroy my shame. Can't know my life. Go, let go. Go,
So anyway, I'm not going to ruin it for you guys, I'm not going to spoil it to those who actually will spend money to buy this game. I will tell you this, spending money buying these games, Cheritz games, was worth it. I used Steam to do it because it was a little bit cheaper, I will admit, but it was worth it. I love the story and the graphics. It's a perfectly good English game with Korean voiced, which is really good. Anyway, continuing on with Red. You were given the one and only existing Red through a raffle. So darn. He likes chocolate and he's generally energetic and positive about everything. He likes playing soccer during lunchtime. Because of his concept, he always attempts to defeat the villain, and believes that one day he will realize his hidden powers to defeat the villain. So he's a little childish. You also have a phone that you should keep an eye on. Like, the boys might send texts or your friends. Anyway. As soon as I sat down at the breakfast table, I felt dizzy. So I was holding on to my head for a moment when I felt my head going vacant. I just sat still and spaced out. I felt like something's disappeared, as if I just lost something. Even I was flustered at how vacant I felt. What is this feeling? Master, is something wrong? The first person to worry from my blank face was Yeon. Yes, this cute boy who always worries for me is called Yeon. My honey, why are you suddenly spacing out? Is it because my kiss didn't wake you up this morning? The person who jerks around and hits on me all the time is Yuri. Please, this is a favor. Please do not say that at the dining table. Dining table! God! I do not want to spit out what I just swallowed. Go, Lance! The cold boy with silver hair is Lance. And it's Tay who made breakfast. And it's Red who woke up beside me in my bed. These 5 boys are all... Is something wrong? Even Lance seemed worried. I feel like I'm about to remember something. I think I had a weird dream last night. I feel a bit blank. Don't tell me they made her forget that they were dolls. What dream? I can interpret it for you. Whoa, wait, Yellow. You know how to do that? But I don't remember very well. All that remains is this strange feeling of deja vu. Did something like this happen before? I couldn't come up with a clear answer even for this question. I might have just been too tired yesterday. Huh? Yesterday? What did I do yesterday? I suddenly came back to my senses. Something was definitely strange. I don't even remember what I did yesterday. Are you okay? Red asked, looking worried. Is it because I surprised you in the morning? Red hesitated, unlike himself. After seeing his apologetic face, I shook my head. It's nothing like that. I just don't feel very good today. But Red still looked sullen. What happened? Come to think of it, that monkey went to Darling's room and didn't come out for a long time. I prefer not to talk about that. You went into a woman's room and didn't come out for a while? What did you do? No, never mind. Don't answer. It pains to me even imagine what could have happened. Red, did something happen? That's... No, stop talking about that. Everyone's okay with being late. No, the reason why I make Tay sound a little dark is because I know what he hides. I'm sorry, I think of him as the dark, mysterious type, because he kinda is. Anyway, moving on. Tay took away the plates and said relaxedly. Lance was still giving Red a reproachful look. Oh, being late is bad. The exams are coming up. I have to focus really hard to try and understand the class. Of course, math is still really hard for me. Don't worry, Yon. You're not the only one. I suck at math. Ugh, hate math. The exams are coming up? The exams? Wait. I'm confused again. She became an airhead. What has this game turned us to? Ugh. So today is... What's the date today? And what are the exams? Yes, the exams are next week. Thanks to that, the annoying class president girl is getting louder by the day. The annoying class president girl must be... Ah! The nightmare is coming soon! Oh, Soy. Right, Soy did say something like that. Now I remember. Right, Soy said that... You feel okay now? Huh? You seem to continue spacing out. Oh. Lance still looked cold, but I felt his worry. Yeon immediately added, Master, are you really okay? If you don't feel so well, you should stay home. No, I'm fine. Sorry for worrying you. I caught Yeon's words and said I'm fine. I'm really thankful that they care about me, but I don't want to stay home. I don't want to be left alone in this huge house. Besides, if I don't go out, I'll just feel more iffy. I should get some fresh air and see my friends. But then, should we talk about something more fun? Since we're talking about exams, you know something fantastic's coming up right after. Something fantastic? Yeon seemed to get excited just at the thought and blushed while saying, The festival! Master! What are you doing for the festival? Me? I recall that you do not have any role in the festival, since you're not in any club. I think so. The festival. Right. Soy said this. Our Academy's festival's already famous, but now since the hot fight is here, it'll get way more crowded this time. Right. Soy wailed, saying there were too many things she had to do. After this entered my mind, one memory led to another, and soon I remembered more. Come to think of it, I do think Yeon mentioned that he'll be reading tarot cards. I was thinking about Lance now when I saw his two blue eyes staring at me. I flinched at the piercing glare, but unlike the sharp eyes that were staring at me, I heard a worried voice. Are you really fine? What do you mean? Lance stared into my eyes. I pretended to be fine and didn't avoid his gaze. And thankfully, Yeon caught him just in time. Anyways, I'll be reading tarot cards. I'll be predicting the future, or giving insight to the present. Of course, I'm not that good yet, and I'm still learning, but I'm already excited. Yeon seemed really happy the way he blushed. I couldn't help but smile to see that. I should make sure to go to his booth. Yellow's doing something interesting? Of course I, as well, am preparing for something great! What is it? Yeon sparkled his eyes with curiosity. Red straightened his shoulders proudly. I think he was waiting for someone to ask. I'm going on stage! The drama club president asked me to act in a great play! Which is a play about a heroine and a warrior of justice! It's about a normal warrior setting special powers and defeating all kinds of villains! Isn't it so cool? Red's eyes were beaming with excitement. It'll be a noisy play. Especially if you're planning to act in it. Lance, who was listening quietly, hit a sour note. He looked as if he already couldn't stand how annoying it'll be. But Red didn't stay put as well.
Of course the play's noisy.
If it's quite the whole audience, we'll doze off. And the play this year will be much better than last year's, although I haven't seen the one last year. But I heard they hired a new writer this time. However, I didn't read the script for last year's. How uncomfortable it must be to be dumb. Anyways, the festival committee will check the script, so I will make sure to examine it myself. You're trying to abuse your powers for being in the committee. But it'll be fantastic, so I'm not worried. Red yelled out loud and looked at me. His overly enthusiastic eyes gave me a sense of foreboding. Sure enough, Red carefully asked, So, Heron, you're not doing anything for the festival, right? No. I purposely didn't say maybe. Well, I don't really remember, but I guess I'm not doing anything. Red brightened up as I nodded, and he suddenly grabbed my hand. I was startled and tried to let go, but he was stronger than I thought. Then you can play the heroine! What? We don't have anyone to play the heroine right now. We didn't start looking for anyone, but I read the script and you're perfect for the role. Red is trying to lure me into a play I don't know anything about. While I was hesitating, Red grew more hopeful and beamed at me. How about it? Red leaned in close. I really want you to play my opposite role. Red sounded quite serious. So, how are the flowers like? Now, this is where we make a choice, and I always save before making choices. Refuse. Try it. Now, I'm not going for a bad ending, so I guess we're trying it. I've never acted before, but should I try? Yeah! It'd be so great if you play the heroine! At my question, Red nodded eagerly and smiled. He reminds me of a puppy. Seeing him be so happy, I feel as if I just made a huge accomplishment. I felt good to see his smile. I cannot believe that you're participating in that stupid clown show, Lance said with a sigh. Jealous, Lance? And for some reason, he looked reproachfully at Red. Red just shrugged his shoulders. Heron, ignore him. Always sees the negative side of things. Heron, you won't ride? Red grinned. Tay was the one called Prince Sunshine, but Red's smile was just as nice. I just blankly stared at his smile, and Lance let out a sigh after noticing. And he added a piece of advice. Do not regret afterwards. I will examine the script carefully to make sure there is nothing inappropriate for young students, Lance said coldly. Do whatever you want, jerk. You're just jealous. No, Red. You can convince her later. We have to go now. Oh, it's already? Red looked at the clock and hurried. He shoved the rest of his food into his mouth. Lance looked at him frowning. I felt as if any moment now Lance would start saying Red's disgusting, doesn't have table manners, and all the usual insults. Are you guys finished talking? How did you fight about the same things every time? Don't you get sick of it? Yuri, who was listening indifferently, finally added something. I smiled a bit to hear that and stood up. Yuri followed, too. His voice was completely different from when he was scolding the two boys. He gave a sweet smile and asked, My honey, are you ready to head out? Oh yeah, I just have to grab my jacket. Then get ready and come down. It'd be best if you could ditch all those nasty boys and come by yourself. Let's enjoy a drive just by ourselves. Making your move again, Yuri? I see. You never get old with that. Yuri winked, blew a kiss, and headed out to the front door. The way he opened the door and left it felt familiar and strange at the same time. And I felt confused again. A drive? I sat back on my seat. I feel dizzy. Tay and Lance, who finished getting ready, came by my side. Tay looked towards where Yuri disappeared and shook his head. He's the one who never gets sick of it. See, even Tay agrees with me. My thoughts exactly. How could he not get sick of hitting on her with the same words all the time? Lance added. Lance and Tay looked at each other and nodded. Well, you two seem to get along. While the two were forming their alliance, I was quietly in my seat. I felt confused again. A drive. A drive means we're getting in a car. Does that mean Yuri's driving? No! He's been driving the same kind of vehicle, a limo, for the last goddamn... Ugh! Oh my god, the last 48 to 50 to 60 some hours I've played this game. What does... I remembered how my memory of Soya came back earlier. Yeah, if I think about it, I'll remember again. I clutched onto my head. Every morning, in a car, everyone together. Oh! Oh, the limousine! Huh? I smacked my knee and shouted. Right! How did I forget? We went to school in Yuri's limo every morning. I was feeling relieved to finally remember it when Yeon, who was by my side, suddenly looked worried.